If you're a website designer, then you know how painfully slow it can be to move a site from a client brief through to a wireframe and then all the way through to a published website. Today, I want to show you Wix Studio's AI-powered sitemap generator to show you how quickly you can go from brief to a wireframe site that you can then publish with your own content. This tool can also be really useful for those client briefs that are making just that little bit less sense than normal. We've all worked with a range of clients. Some have a really great understanding of the web design process, where others have a limited understanding of what information they need to provide you with. This tool can help you take whatever information you've got, turn that into a site structure, and at whatever point along this journey you wish to present this to a client, you then have something visual to discuss the strategy of the site. But second to this AI-powered tool goes ahead and populates a wireframed template of the entire site, meaning that if you wanted to, you could go ahead and drag in your own content and click publish within minutes. This turns the website design process, thanks to the help of AI, into 3 very simple steps. Firstly, you start with the brief. Secondly, with the site structure and the plan, and then third with the wireframe that can very quickly be turned into a functional website. Let's take a quick look. So this is the landing page for the sitemap and wireframe generator. And as you can see below, it's as simple as this. Enter the details. The AI tool is then going to go ahead and start building this out into a site structure. Then you have a wireframe that you can go ahead and drag your own content into. So really, really cool. And just with practically everything that Wix Studio has to offer, the main goal here is to provide you with something you can drag and drop any brand into and publish really quickly. So as a fellow web designer, I'm sure you can see that this tool is massively designed to speed up your workflow and allow you to deliver more projects much faster. So let's give it a go. So when starting a website with Wix Studio, you've got 3 options. For today, we're going to click this one here, generate a site structure with AI. So we're going to answer a few questions, we're going to get a sitemap, and then we're going to get those custom wireframes. So let's click start planning. And here's how this works. This is where you need to enter the information about your client's website. And then Wix Studio's AI-powered sitemap generator is going to take that and turn it into content that we can work with. So for today, I'm going to be working for a fitness instructor. We're going to start typing into this first box here, what's the business type? Fitness, and it's going to start coming back with some predefined options. So I'm going to click fitness trainer, and you'll see as soon as I've done this that the option here, choose the site's main service, it's actually gone ahead and pre-selected get booked online. So it actually knows just from me setting the business type that I'm more interested in getting booked online, which is really, really cool. Now for your client's project, you're going to know all of this information. So go ahead, describe the business, the name, talk about where it's located, the target audience, and what makes it unique. But for me, just for the sake of this tutorial, I'm actually going to click complete form with AI, which is a really powerful feature. Just based on the business type, it's going to go ahead and populate all of these fields for me, meaning that I can make a start really quickly. And there we go. So it's come up with Fit Life Coaching, a dedicated fitness training service that focuses on personalized workout plans and nutrition guidance to help clients create and achieve their health and fitness goals. So it's gone through, it's populated all of these fields. We've got Fit Life Coaching as the name. We've got a fake location. We've got a target audience. Really cool here. We've got some information about what makes this business unique and then the main goals of the website. We also get the option to choose our tone of voice, which is really cool. But this is effectively all the setup you need to do to let the AI-powered site generator go ahead and start building, which is awesome. So let's see what it does. Let's come down here and click continue. Now you get 2 options with what it generates first. We can either just generate that visual sitemap, or we can do the sitemap plus wireframes. And this is what I'm going to show you today because in my opinion, this is an incredibly powerful feature. So I'm going to select visual sitemap and wireframes and click start generating. So while this is generating, I wanted to talk to you about one of the most impressive features of this generator. Not only is it going to help me understand the structure of the site and actually go ahead and build out some wireframes for me, it's also going to make sure that any integrations that I need from Wix Studio are there to begin with. So let's say the booking system and the membership areas needed for a fitness website. Because I've specified my client's website in that description field, it's actually going to know to go ahead and put that into my project from the offset. So although it's generating copy ideas and putting together a wireframe and sitemap, it's also ensuring that the right things are there from the get-go for me to put together a really meaningful site for my clients, which is awesome. So this is a way to really speed up your process, but also, from a much quicker perspective to start building something really cool. And you can see here, some of the pages are starting to come through. It's almost done, which is awesome. Lovely. Let's take a look at what it's done. So it says here, visual sitemap and wireframes are ready to go. So this is Wix Studio's visual sitemap tool. Now, just to be completely clear, you have not got to AI generate a site to get access to the visual sitemap. If you've been building a website with Wix Studio, you can access this on the left-hand side side at any point. You can click on Visual Sitemap, and it's a really nice way to view your sites, not only just page by page and how they relate to each other, but also section by section. And also, if you can see here, if I hover below any of these sections, I can really quickly click that plus icon and add new ones. So in terms of just looking at your site from a more stood back perspective, looking at structure, then this is a really, really great way to do that. So you can see we have a homepage, about, services, contact, and then it's done our privacy, accessibility, and terms, all off the back of that description of the business, which is awesome. And as I said before, we've also got the sign up and login pages, the entire booking system and members area from the get-go, just based on what information we've given it about our client's website. Another really cool feature of the Visual Sitemap is the ability to set a status per page. This basically allows you to turn this into a to-do list or a way of managing the status of each page of your site based on how much still needs to be done on them and where they are in their kind of journey to become publish ready. So we can set all of these pages to do, and then when we're working on them, we can say that it's in progress, and then eventually when it's ready to go, we can say done. Just a nice way to sort of get everything ready to go and stay really organized when building a client website, which is really nice. Let's say you want to add more to this sitemap and you still want the help of AI to do so. You can actually go ahead and click add new page and then come down to generate, and you can put a name of the page and description and click generate, and it's going to go ahead and do the same thing. So let's give this a go. I've gone ahead and set the new page's name to memberships and just basically described it as something where we can list out the options for the memberships, provide a little bit of testimonials, and then a means for the client to get in touch. We're going to click generate and we're going to let that do its thing. Awesome. There we go. It's finished creating that structure, and you can see it's gone ahead and added a header and a footer, plus a membership plans, testimonials, and get in touch section, which is really cool. So the next thing is to have a look at what it's gone and generated for us in terms of actual pages. So we're going to select the home page. We're going to close down this dialog and let's see what it's done. So this is the home page that it's generated for us, and we can go ahead and start customizing this straight away. So we can replace the copy, we can even replace the pictures, and we can get this to a position we can present to a client very, very quickly. It's gone ahead and added an about section, a hero section, a quick section to talk through all the services, again with these nice slots for images and copy, all the way through to some simple testimonials and a get in touch section. Now, what's really nice here is every single time I've used this tool, it's given me something completely different in terms of a design. So it's not using the exact same method to, AI generate a site. It's actually going ahead and creating completely custom sites every single time, which is really cool. And they're also ready for tablet and mobile straight out the box, which is so cool. Let's take a look at another page. Let's head over to the about page. And there you can see we've got a completely different structure for this page. We've got the ability for our client to go ahead and add their contact information. We've got something about the approach that they offer. It's gone ahead and populated this entire thing with realistically very relevant copy. It understands the name of the company, understands what we're offering. And again, if you know your client's sort of site idea through and through, the more information you feed the brief at the very beginning, the more accurate and the more usable this is going to be. So I hope you can see there that in no time at all, we have taken a client brief, turned that into a site structure populated with sections and copy through to a wireframe that we can now go ahead and drag and drop our own content into and realistically click publish on already, which is really cool. And all of this is essentially achieved in 3 steps. Add a brief, work on the plan and structure, and then go ahead and use those wireframes to build something out. For me, this just feels like yet another tool by Wix Studio that just lets you as a web designer or developer build really fast and also deliver often, which is something I personally really care about. I like to deliver to my clients as often as possible. I like to iterate as quickly as possible. So, this really does feel attuned with that kind of approach, which is really great. So there we have it. That's Wix Studio's AI-powered sitemap generator in effectively 3 steps. I'm sure you can see how powerful this is. And I also really want to know, if you could drop a comment below, it'd be really helpful. Would you use an AI tool like this? Do you think you see this as something that is perhaps detrimental to your job, or do you see it like me as something that can really speed up your workflow? Just drop a comment. Let me know if you'd ever use AI-generated copy, if you'd ever use an AI-generated layout and structure. Is this something you see useful in your own workflow? Let me know below. That'll be awesome. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching this video. As always, make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you're a fellow freelancer, if you're a brand owner, or if you're anyone who just wants to grow a brand online or increase your digital presence, then that's what I'm putting this channel together for. So hopefully, if you follow along and you watch all of these tutorials, you should have a much more robust understanding of how to build and grow a digital brand in what is realistically the most competitive landscape we've ever seen. So yeah, please do come and join me. Make sure you give this video a like, and I will see you in the next video.